张志磊 vs 乔伊斯二番战，乔伊斯为复仇苦练5个月，结果却被打成了猪头，真的是非常的精彩。本场比赛也是发生在英国伦敦温布利体育馆，我是解说员郑佳云。这场比赛呢，也是继一番战之后又一场中英大战，由中国现代鲁智深张志磊代表中方出战，非常令咱们中国人骄傲。一番战中，张志磊彻底打脸老外对中国人的偏见，也让亚洲拳坛为之震惊。张志磊的横空出世，让中国人占尽了世界重量级排名，这也代表中国越来越强悍了。张志磊凭借独特的打法，一拳重达960磅，非常的夸张，就连泰森都得怕他3分啊！这足以证明中国人中国实力已经是世界巅峰。那么今天这个不服气的乔伊斯苦练了5个月，他呀这次的称重呢也是达到了281.2磅，比上一次重了25磅，肌肉量比上一站啊也是大了很多，看来是有备而来。他到底啊能不能打赢咱们的鲁智深张志磊，让我们拭目以待。也是希望观众朋友们啊为咱们中国选手多多点赞打 call， 支持中国格斗，为张志磊加油。
46% of total punches, 56% of power punches. Ismael Salas, he was able to remake the career of one Robeisy Ramirez after he lost his professional debut. Now the Cuban featherweight is a world champion. It's a different story with heavyweights, Tim, and the order is tall against Zhilei Zhang.
Coming out, I'm seeing Joyce now. Looking to joust. He's having that lead hand battle. That's something different, and he's moving left.
So already those technical adjustments that you mentioned could be occurring early on in the fight, evident from Joyce. So those months from April 15th till September 23rd put to good use at the Salas Boxing Academy in Las Vegas.
Yes, it is. You know, the second time around in camp when you're facing the southpaw and you have all that southpaw sparring, you're familiar with the angles. You become more familiar with the angles. You know, that's what you're seeing right now from Joyce. He looks a little bit more familiar. Not a lot of punches being thrown at the moment.
And that right hand at home trying to protect that eye.
And it's interesting because that right hand is in front of Joyce's face. Looking to catch the left hand. It's in front. Now, Joyce got to be weary of the looping left hand coming from Zhang.
Joyce trying to land a looping left early on, and Zhang switches it up and says, all right, you've got that right hand tucked next to your chin. Let me go to the body.
It's a good round. I like what I'm seeing. I'm liking the minor adjustments. Now, what happens when Joyce gets hit? Does he resort back to his old ways, standing in front? That has yet to be seen. That typically happens. You start off with a game plan, then you get hit, then you resort back to who you are.
Mike Tyson said it best. Everybody has a plan till they get hit in the face. You revert to your nature, you revert to what you did in the gym, and there, Zhang, once again, a straight shot to the solar plexus.
Now, I also like the stance. I like the narrow stance coming from Joyce. Boxing a little bit better. No left hands has caught his head just yet. I'm going to anticipate Zhang's going to make an adjustment. He's going to start.
在第一回合中呢，可以看出来乔伊斯打的是尤为谨慎啊，明显是在一战中长了经验，见识到了咱们张志磊重拳的威力，也是不敢贸然在进攻。张志磊呢也是在找机会，我觉得这场比赛张志磊的胜算还是要大一点，因为这个乔伊斯啊已经没了一战的嚣张，这就说明咱们实力方面啊，张志磊的重拳还是更具威胁性的。下面我们继续看比赛。
You have to take some risks, but that's the first round is a fill-out round. Both guys respecting one another.
Yeah, he did keep that right hand at home. That's his best weapon. I mean, I've never seen Joyce win a fight just on the jab. He's done damage with the jab, but not win the entire fight behind the jab. And at some point, he's gonna have to let that right hand go, and we'll see how Zhang reacts to that.
It's interesting tonight that Joyce is looking like he wants to be the counterpuncher tonight. You know, he's not looking to reach with his right hand. He's taking his time. He's measuring. You know, having a battle, the lead front, the hand battle up front, trying to land his jab.
And Tim, you know that when you face an Ismael Salas fighter, he's not going to be unprepared, especially after a loss. And we see that with Joyce. Switching things up as Zhang's starting to open up a little bit.
Oh, look at the little single head cross. I like that from Joyce. Trying to use his shoulders to defend against left hands. Nice little shot right there from Zhang, coming down the pipe with the left hand.
Zhang does have more weapons in his arsenal, Tim.
He does. He has an uppercut. He also has a right hook. He hasn't used his right hook yet, but right now he's just looking to, he's taking his time. He's taking his time. He's taking a good look at what Joyce has learned. And I think eventually he's going to come out a little bit faster as the fight goes on. If Joyce wants to sit back and lay back and be more defensive, Zhang's going to have to take the lead.
Oh, nice straight hook from Zhang. Does damage, and then he follows it up with our short right hook. That's the danger of allowing Zhang to be first and often.
You're exactly right. Now Zhang now has got comfortable. Now he found his distance, although he is moving to his left. Southpaws are used to moving both ways. They understand the angles that are present.
But you mentioned he's moving toward Joyce's power right hand.
But he's not worried about his right hand. Joyce has yet to release it. He's not worried about that right hand right now.
Yeah, Joyce is worried about protecting that eye. We talked about the psychology of what that does to you. You know you can take your opponent's best shot. The question is, will your face hold up if you don't move it defensively?
That was a really good body shot right there from Joyce, coming right underneath the left arm or the backhand of Zhang.
Is there blood coming from the bridge of the nose of Joyce? There's a little bit of irritation on the left side of his face as well. Nice jab from Joyce.
Did you see Joyce moving his head?
Yeah. Well, it's do you move it or do I move it for you? Because Zhang is doing exactly that here with 10 seconds left in this second round, and now the legs of Joyce.
比赛是越打越激烈，双方打的是热火朝天。咱们张志磊在第二回合中也是抓住了机会，开始爆发，连续几次重拳都精准命中了乔伊斯的脑袋。乔伊斯也是被打的脑瓜稳稳的没了战斗势头，反而咱们张志磊越打越猛，非常的精彩啊！我相信张志磊有绝对的实力再次拿下这场比赛，因为他的重拳没人能扛住几拳。这样看来，乔伊斯复仇成功几乎不可能。
If what we saw in that second round continues to happen, it may not get there just based on how clean those shots from Zhang were able to land on the face of Joyce, who's now using his head to move laterally, using his legs, dig into the body with the left hook.
But what he's doing now, he's not trying to be the counterpuncher. Joyce is now being himself. He's coming forward. He's moving left. That's what he should have been doing from Jump Street.
He's at his best when he's instinctual. Joyce knows that he has to throw punches to win this fight, and he's had that right hand tucked in a defensive position for the first pretty much 7 minutes of this fight.
I have yet to see him release it with any kind of power.
Nice counter by Zhang as Joyce was able to land a short left hook.
Again, Joyce, he stopped mid-range. He threw a couple of punches, stayed mid-range, and that's where the danger zone is. It's either he's going to be all the way in, all the way out, or he just needs to let his hands go from where they are.
That right, it's thrown, but it's not thrown with the confidence we've usually seen from Joyce. He wants to throw it and get it back to where it can defend his the right portion of his face.
Zhang right now is being patient, He's allowing Joyce to get comfortable, and he's going to look to line him up with shots.
There's that stick from Zhilei Zhang. We remind you, both fighters stand 6'6" and have an equal 80-inch reach, and that's been the difference because Joyce, against a man his equal size, is taking some heavy artillery.
Told you that looping left hand was going to come. That looping left hand was coming, and it came right over the top, catching Joyce.
And then there's that short right hook from Zhang, and you mentioned it. What poison is Joyce going to pick tonight? And Zhang is giving him a choice.
Everything. Just wait for the uppercut. Just wait for the uppercut coming from Zhang.
heavier isn't always better because when Joyce gets touched, you can see his whole body go backwards. Nice 1-2 from Zhilei Zhang.
Target practice.
There's that stick from Joyce and that leery right hand that he digs to the body.
See, that's good offense right there from Joyce. He's doing it at the right range. When he does it at the right range, get his hands off and then move left. He's out of harm's way. But when he stands there a little bit too close, he should expect something to come back from Zhang.
3回合比赛要结束的时候，张志磊一拳爆头，乔伊斯直接被打趴，裁判读秒结束比赛。最后乔伊斯站起来，可以说是完全被打懵的一个状态。3回合中，张志磊全程碾压主导比赛。如果说一战中乔伊斯是因为眼打肿而看不见裁判咱们中方获胜的话，那么2番战则更具有说服力。张志磊全程表现强势，打法彪悍，直接 KO 乔伊斯，打得他无话可说。这就是中国实力。这场比赛也是让亿万中国人热血沸腾，中国彻底打赢了，也是让老外彻底闭嘴。